Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Everybody, I want to say a big welcome. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do the morning update. Had some work, but there weren't some many news in the morning, so I waited for the afternoon session. So we've got plenty of stories. I want to start straight away with Manchester United. The news have been coming in. United fans, this is a big one for you guys. Now the key over here is that Manchester United have almost agreed a fee with Barcelona. This news has been coming in from different and various sources, specifically from Tier 1 journalists. Now, it has been reported that Manchester United and Barcelona were almost working on the fee, but this time around, the fee has been agreed. Most notably, the problem over here was with Barcelona that they wanted more than 80 million euros. But right now, there is a news circulating that United have kind of got to the near of the valuation which Barcelona wanted, which is of 65 million euros for definite, with 15 million add-ons. Now those add-on fee is going to be based upon number of appearances, number of goals, number of international appearances, and many other factors. Now the key over here is that Manchester United would want to complete this deal so they could move on to the other targets. But Frankie de Jong was so essential for Erik ten Hag that he wanted to get him first at the foremost and then move on to the other transfer targets that Manchester United have shortlisted. Right now, at this pretty moment, the news which is circulating is just a matter of days, and this is going to be an official in which Barcelona and Manchester United are going to agree on the fee. The journalists are saying it is done almost, the fee is agreed. The personal terms of the player has been agreed by Manchester United. So you could say that it's almost done, almost completed. 90% of the deal is completed. It's just some little bit details which need to be sorted out, and that will be sorted in 1 or 2 days. And we will see Frankie de Jong as the first signing for Erik ten Hag era, and I'm sure that United fans are going to be very excited about it. He is a really good player. He can play in number of positions in midfield. Somebody say that the other day, that is he a defensive midfielder or is he a number 8? I think the perfect analogy for Frankie de Jong is that he is one of those players who connects the defense with the offense, and the passes which he sees are second to none. He is a player which has that ability to make those progressive runs, progressive passes, and I'm sure that United fans would want to have that kind of player who would be that kind of playmaker. Most probably United had a pretty bad experience with Paul Pogba because Paul Pogba wasn't consistent enough, whereas Frankie de Jong, if he is consistent enough, if he is able to produce that kind of consistency, then I'm sure that Manchester United fans would love to have him in their team, and I'm sure that Frankie de Jong would love to work under Erik ten Hag. Now, after Frankie de Jong, there is also some other news which has to do with Manchester United being linked to a number of Ajax players. I did tell you guys yesterday that United were looking at the likes of Lisandro Martinez, they were looking at the likes of Anthony, they are looking at the likes of Julian Timber. Now the problem here is that Ajax think that they have sold so many players that they can't afford to lose more players. They have lost Sebastian Haller to Borussia Dortmund. They have lost Mazraoui to Bayern Munich. They have lost Gravenberch to Bayern Munich as well. And most probably they do know that Arsenal are coming in for Lisandro Martinez. And if they lose him as well, that's about 4 of first 11. And to lose 4 players in your first 11, that's really a big thing, and I'm sure that they wouldn't want to lose more of the players. So that is the reason why they are asking for premium fees for their players such as Anthony, such as Lisandro Martinez, and they think that if they are offered that kind of premium money, then they would be willing to sell those players. Now the key over here is that Erik ten Hag has a special relation with Ajax, and I'm sure that he will have a word with them. I'm sure that Manchester United have good relations with Edwin van der Sar, and they will definitely have a word, and they would definitely want to get at least Anthony from Ajax, and for that reason, that 80 million valuation is a little bit too much. Perhaps there could be some sort of compromise. Maybe a fee could be agreed between 50 to 60 million euros, and we might see Antony as the second player who would move to Manchester United. And if that happens, then United would have spent almost 120 million on two players, whereas Eriksen is still waiting for Manchester United of what kind of moves do they do in the transfer market. Once that is done, then they will move. Then they will move for other players as well. So Eriksen wants to see how do Manchester United approach this rebuild, what kind of players they're trying to get. And once he gets that notion that United are really working hard behind the scenes to improve this team, perhaps that will be convincing enough for him that he wants to move to Manchester United and play under Erik ten Hag. So that is the key over here. Now I'll be moving to another name, which is De Ligt. Now we did report yesterday that De Ligt was a target for Chelsea. Now Manchester United, they did fancy De Ligt before he moved to Juventus, but the problem was that his agent was Mino Raiola, and Mino Raiola was asking for, you could say, a fee to be inserted in his contract, which is a clause, which is a release fee. What it means is that if any club comes in with a bid, then Manchester United will have to sell him. For that reason, Manchester United did not agree on De Ligt, but now Mino Raiola is no more. That is the reason so many of his players are going to be, you could say, they'll be open to many other moves on those fronts which weren't possible earlier. So for that reason, Erik ten Hag, he does fancies De Ligt. The news coming on from Barcelona is that Erik ten Hag believes that if he gets Frenkie de Jong and De Ligt, he would want to build his Manchester United team on those two players. He thinks that De Ligt and Frenkie de Jong will be the perfect foundation for that rebuild of Manchester United. So that is the reason they think that De Ligt might be a surprise target for Erik ten Hag and Manchester United. But the problem here lies is Juventus. Juventus think that he's a 100 million euro player. That is the reason why they have rejected Chelsea's bid of Pulisic or Timo Werner plus 34 million pounds. They think that De Ligt is worth 100 million euros itself. Now I'm sure that Chelsea would love to have De Ligt. They have already lost Christensen, they have lost Rudiger, and I'm sure that they would want to have a centre back, and I'm sure that they will be losing Gavaridol to Tottenham. So they would want to get either De Ligt or Jules Koundé. For that is the reason that they're also speaking to Manchester City about Nathan Ake. It has come in today, just like 3 hours ago, that Chelsea are looking to make a deal with Manchester City on a double base transfer, which is they want Raheem Sterling plus Nathan Ake. So imagine if Chelsea are going for Nathan Ake, that means they are desperate for those centre backs, and I'm sure that they would want to have either Jules Koundé or De Ligt. So let's see what happens on that front. Now we'll be also speaking about other players as well. I wanted to speak about AC Milan. AC Milan did sign Origi, and Origi has joined from Liverpool on free. AC Milan would also want to have another player, but so far it has come to the notice that AC Milan are going to be careful in the transfer market, and Paolo Maldini is looking on some of the targets which are attainable, which are achievable, and in that case they have come up with a name called Abdou Diallo, who apparently plays for PSG, and AC Milan are looking for an opening that they might think that there might be a chance for them to get Diallo, and if they're able to get him, then that's going to be really a good acquisition for AC Milan. Whereas Juventus, they are speaking to Di Maria, and it's almost, you could say it is done. Di Maria will be accepting that contract offer from Juventus, and he'll be playing for the old lady. Whereas Witsel, who plays for Borussia Dortmund, will be joining Atletico Madrid on free. He has already a year contract agreed. Perhaps that contract will move into 2 years as well, depending upon his performance in this 1 year. If he produces any good, then that contract will be renewed for another year. So he will be playing for 1 to 2 years for Atletico Madrid. Whereas we also have information that Gabriel Jesus will be signing for Arsenal today. Most probably the deal will be done, and I'm sure that Arsenal will be looking forward to complete this deal and then moving on to the next target, which will be Rafinha. They've already signed Vieira, so signing Vieira and Gabriel Jesus, plus if they sign Rafinha, that's going to be a big, you could say, transfer move for Arsenal, and they will have a big transfer window. I'm sure that Arsenal fans are going to be happy about it. So far, that is what the case is right now. Now, in case of other news for Newcastle United, it has been reported that Ekitike deal was closed, but so far nothing has been agreed between Newcastle United and the player. So for that reason only, Newcastle United are still speaking to the players' camp, but we'll wait and see how that one goes. So far, concerning with Ekitike, it has been reported that PSG are also interested. Since Campos joining PSG, he has an eye on Ekitike, so perhaps PSG might steal on that, and PSG are trying to sell as many of their stars and then getting the new ones, so that they want to make this rebuild, so that they could try to get the Champions League trophy, because they came so close, but so far they haven't been able to. That is why they have put Neymar on the transfer market, so we will see how that one goes as well. Whereas Romelu Lukaku will be traveling to Milan to sign for Inter Milan on a season-long loan, and that means that Chelsea will be looking for reinforcements once that is done. So we will see how Chelsea progress on that front. So guys, that is the update we have for today. Hopefully we will have more updates in the evening. And I did tell you guys yesterday that I would be loving to do those transfer specials, and the one we see that those betting companies used to do, because they have inside information, and I want to see what are the odds for the clubs, for which players can they get, and I'll be trying to do that in the evening. Hopefully you guys will be joining soon. So I want to thank you very much for you guys' time, and really appreciate your support. Please do let your friends know about Football Gupshup. Please do subscribe to the channel, press that like button, and hopefully I'll see you soon in the evening. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the evening session. Thank you very much. Have a nice one. Bye bye.